Good morning. Today is day 40 of losing 60 pounds. Weighed in at 276, but it has to be a lot of water retention because I had a lot of wings yesterday, a lot of protein, so tortilla chips, loaded nachos, but not a lot of calories, just definitely a lot of sodium, so that will need to be worked out today. Here's how the body's still looking with probably 7 pounds, 6-7 pounds of water weight. Enough of that. Let's make some breakfast. Most important thing for me first thing waking up is getting sunlight to reset their circadian rhythm and wake my big body up. Apple cider vinegar for digestion, creatine for muscle and brain health, and then Baja Gold sea salt for electrolyte replenishment. Six pieces of turkey bacon is 36 grams of protein, 12 grams of fat, and 270 calories. Dave's Killer Bagel right here is 44 grams of carbs, 5 grams of fat, and 13 grams of protein with 260 calories. Then I also have some fried eggs. 3 of these eggs are 210 calories, 15 grams of fat, 18 grams of protein. So this meal breaks down totally to 830 calories with 68 grams of protein, 49 grams of carbs, and 39 grams of fat. You'll never catch me walking into the gym without a plan. I'm using my own app, my own program, a program for myself. Starting off with internal, external rotations to loosen up the rotator cuffs, get the shoulders primed for this upper body day. Then the Smith machine incline chest press. I'm doing 4 sets of 12 reps, then 10 reps, then 8 reps, and 8 reps, working up to a solid 225 pounds, just trying to control the eccentrics and get a good press on top without locking out my elbows because that moves it onto the triceps. And next, I hop over to try and grow some freaking wings. I'm doing 4 sets. 2 sets of 10, 2 sets of 8, heavy as I can. Great squeeze at the bottom on this wide grip lat pull down. And I really try and get a full stretch on the top of every rep. Super important to get a really good squeeze, really good stretch. Then I move on to the shoulder exercises. I'm doing a single arm cable lateral raises. I do 4 sets of 15 reps on this, trying to move the weight with my elbow, not my hand. And then working on the back, I do a single arm kettlebell row, 3 sets of 8 reps, just really heavy, nice athletic stance, get a good squeeze at the top of every rep. Then my final exercise is going to be a single arm landmine half kneeling press. In my app, if I ever forget the form, I have videos for all of my exercises and it shows me what muscles I'm working and the equipment that I need. It took me about 47 minutes, burned 564 calories in the lifting section, and then my cardio is programmed in as well. So I only had 10 more minutes in the gym session. So I just walked on 5 incline, 3 speed, and burned around 135 calories in those 10 minutes. Before I get into this post-workout meal, this will be my last meal of the day with carbs. And I want to talk to you more about that. The longest time the myth has been that carbs are the enemy when it comes to fat loss. This idea that this bodybuilder friend of mine who has won an IFBB pro card suggested maybe trying to just do timed carbohydrate intake, which is I just do carbs pre-workout meal and carbs post-workout meal, and then the rest of the meals are going to be low to no carbohydrate intake. The number one benefit is that they improve training quality, so I'll have more energy, increased strength output, I can do more volume and just push a little bit harder because I have a bigger energy store coming in. The next thing is lowering cortisol. And so hard training plus low carbs equals elevated cortisol, water retention, and installed scale. Carbs around training blunt cortisol, reduce post-workout stress response, and help release stored water. They go straight to the muscle and not fat when eaten pre-workout and immediately post-workout. Carbs preferentially refill muscle glycogen, support recover, and do not get stored as fat if I am in a caloric deficit. And they actually improve insulin sensitivity. So training with carbs is better nutrient partitioning. That means that they go to the muscle, the fat oxidation stays high outside of workouts, and there's less spillover storage. I mean, ask yourself this, when you're overeating or reaching for something at night, it's for me, it's usually never protein. It's either something that is a processed food or a high carbohydrate thing. I haven't done that in 2026, but before, you know, I'm never reaching for like a piece of chicken breast. It's always like some chips or some chocolate covered nuts. And so just restricting it to that period also will aid in not breaking the caloric deficit that I'm set in. This could be helpful to you as well if you have a hard time over snacking on carbohydrates. And this is just about lifting weights, okay? Just like today, I went to do a strength session in the gym. It took about like 45 minutes, and then I did 10 minutes of cardio, and then I'm going to do another 50 minutes of cardio later today, and I will not be having carbs before and after that. This is just around lifting because the glycogen is stored in the muscles. When we eat carbs, it immediately gets transferred into glucose. What is not used in that moment is then stored in the muscles, fill up with something called glycogen. And when the muscle stores are filled, then that's where the body uses it as body fat. So if I'm timing around meals, I'm just going to have a better utilization of the carbs. If I'm still doing this diet that I'm talking about of carb utilization and I'm eating in a surplus of calories, I'm still going to gain fat. There's no way around it. It's the fundamental thing is always being in a caloric deficit when trying to lose body fat. Just saying better workouts, better recovery, better insulin sensitivity, and less chance of overeating, especially later in the day. Now back to making the post-workout meal. I'm starting with the rice cooker and about a cup of white rice. I always make a little extra because the bottom layer gets burned. Every cup of dry rice, I do about a cup and a half of water, a tablespoon of olive oil, and then some seasonings like garlic, black pepper, Italian paprika, and salt. Just stir that around. Toss the lid on there, press a button, and then boom, in like 20-30 minutes, we have rice. Just dicing up some air fried chicken breast with some spices on it, and then always weighing it out. I guess first we'll start with the actual rice to make a nice little base foundation. I make sure to measure it to the exact number that I'm looking for, because those little, like, if I want 7 ounces and I do like 7.2, 7.3, 7.4, you know, if I do that every meal every day, then that adds up to a lot of calories at the end of every week. And that can take you from losing 2 pounds or a pound or half a pound to actually gaining or maintaining weight. So it's important to be directly accurate and not let little things slip through the cracks. So this is 10 ounces of chicken, which is like 80 grams of protein. And just like 2 of these chicken and rice meals a day, and a lot of you guys can hit your protein target. But I'm gonna throw some Kinder's barbecue sauce. 34 grams is 70 calories, which is 2 tablespoons. So I just try and spread it as much as I can, and I am weighing it out to the dot, like we all should. You kind of want to stop on the scale before it actually reaches the 34 mark, because, I don't know, there's some type of lag input with stuff that tastes good where it's easy to go over. I'm at 33. And then boom, I'm at 34, because it would be pretty hard to take an extra gram off of that and put it back in the sauce bottle. And I'm rocking with some Asian cashew salad. It's a pre-made salad from Costco, and this is about 300 calories. To finish off the 50 minutes left of cardio I had, I went to the park to do it outside. Today was just one of those days. Randomly just got smacked with a bunch of brain fog and like disassociation after eating, and so one of the best things that I've found that fixes that is just walking, getting oxygen to the brain, utilizing the carbohydrates and fuel I put in my body, and it kind of just resets the mind to body connection. It's just something that I've been struggling with for like a year, and definitely just have better tools now to fix it a lot quicker and not worry like that I'm dying. So locked in for another hour of cardio outside to seal the day, get the win. I did 10 minutes earlier, so I had to hit 50 to finish it off. It took about 2.5 miles, burned around 500 calories approximately. As of this moment, I have 65 grams of protein left for the day, and that will get me around 2,300 total calories for the day. I'll still have about 50 grams of carbs, but I'm not going to take those. I'm just going to focus on the protein, so I'll do a double scoop protein shake. And this weekend, my sleep was pretty bad, not ideal. I was averaging like 6 hours Saturday night and Friday night, because what I'm noticing is my circadian rhythm is pretty locked in on when I wake up, but it is like without fail, I'm waking up between 8 and 9 a.m. It's just about when I go to sleep that is the biggest kicker. So like, I'm pretty sure if I like go to sleep at 5 a.m., regardless of what I want, I'm waking up at 9 a.m. If I go to sleep at midnight, I'll actually get the amount of sleep that I need, or 11, even better. So I'm really, really dialed in on making sure that I have my sleep routine set up to where 2 hours before bed, I am telling my body that I need to go to bed. A lot of people that are claimed as sleep experts talk about not having anything in your room besides bed. So it's like as soon as you go in there and lay down, it is so much easier to fall asleep because it's a signaling from your environment to your brain like this is where we do nothing but relax. I actually have 2 fat TV screens in my bedroom, and it is one of the most comfortable places that I just like to chill out, have my laptop, watch like a crappy Super Bowl game, or game a little bit. And it's a mix of space, and one is like very energetic and mentally driving, and then the other side is like me sleeping. So it's not ideal, but it's just about dimming down the lights, putting a nose strip on, taking my magnesium glycinate, and just blue light glasses on so that it's like down regulating my body, and that takes a good hour. So I'm in a great spot with waking up, but I do need to continually stay on top of when I go to sleep and that down regulation period. Some days I wish I was a freaking robot and I could just literally hit a switch and turn off, get the rest I need, and then flip it and turn on and feel 10 out of 10 every day. Do you guys ever find it weird that you can never consistently have like a 10 out of 10 day, even if you do all the same stuff? Like that is something that has bothered me for a long time, of like I can have all the same factors, but it's just like, I don't know, the moon moved a little bit slower yesterday, and so today I'm just a little bit off, and I just can't explain it. It's just not a consistent thing, even when everything else is consistent. Anyways, stay winning every single day, stay locked in, stay disciplined, and write your goals down and chase them every single day. We got this. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.